Hello, everyone, and welcome to Shad's Voice, where I usually have a topic I talk about, or from a random topic generator, or I come up with one myself. It's been a while since I've made one of these, and well, I probably don't really still have any topics to talk about, but I don't remember if I covered this one or had a similar type of one. I'm not sure. But, well, from my perspective, well, let's just talk about depression. And I'm not like talking about economy depression. I'm talking about you absolutely feel like shit. You're sad, you're depressed, you're angry. There's so many different things that come with depression, but it's different for everyone. That depression, and specifically as of why I'm talking about it now, as probably someone who deals with it myself, probably now trying to get over it, which is not happening. I mean, you tell yourself one day you'll get better, right? And even if you want to believe that, sometimes it's hard to believe. You wonder if you're ever going to get over it, or just if one day it will all end. Hopefully, not in the way of what it can come down to, as much as I hate to say it, ending yourself. And that's, people say that's not the solution, but sometimes for the person going through it, you never know. Um, yeah, and as of late, I know I'm feeling it for quite a while. I've been feeling it, and like I said, it probably had it for years, and just different things just keep coming back. It feels like it just keeps destroying me. And like I said, it's different for everybody, but mostly it's the same. So many strong emotions, even when it feels like at the simplest of things that can just upset you, can make you feel horrible for days on end, and makes you feel like you're absolutely nothing, that you're no one, which is probably not true. And but they're things that just constantly go on in your head. For me, conversations going on in my head, battling it out, um, things being said in my head from myself, from other people that I know, that just things that were never said, and but things that just makes you feel like it's how it is, which it's not, probably not. But yeah, as of late, I've been getting pretty beat down, and it's killing my motivation to do things. And I don't know, I'm just trying to, in a way, try to keep myself occupied from trying trying from those things, trying to do things that I want to do, even if it makes me a little happy, but then it's hard. Sometimes I feel like I don't even do art anymore. I feel like that, and I mean, my number of projects have very much declined after a long while. I was telling myself it was because I was doing this YouTube thing, but even if I find myself with free time or don't feel like uploading videos and I try to go back to art, I'm not happy with anything I'm trying to create, or I don't feel like creating it. Or, I mean, I want to, but I can't. And I feel like that is probably becoming part of my issue with the whole depression thing. And Now, even though I have videos to upload, which, yeah, I have a crap ton of Dead by Daylight videos that need to go out, and even though I'm trying to tell myself, even though it's okay to have a few rest days from uploading, which you probably noticed, like, I'm taking more and more, possibly it's because this depression is kicking my butt. Um, though I want to upload something or work on combining those vids to get them out, it's becoming harder and harder. And it's like I know I need to do it, but I just don't feel like it. And like I said, I feel like I'm falling down this hole again. And I'm trying to make sure I'm trying to stay on top of my emotions, but like I said, it can be very hard, and it's very hard to describe this. And I know depression affects a lot of people in the world, possibly even you who's listening to this, and like it's different for everybody, and there's different triggers for it, and people are just different, but I don't know. It, ultimately, I think it still falls down that in the same way, all of us have to find a way to try to get through it. And it can be very hard. And trying to get somebody else to understand, you feel like you just can't. And you sometimes want to tell them, but it's like you don't feel like they're either listening or they just don't understand. And or you don't want to tell them at all because you know it's ultimately going to maybe end up in a place you don't want to be. And I think that's also a legit fear, is trying to find the way how you're going to get help to overcome it, like medication or therapy or something. And that can be a hard truth because you feel like you're going insane, and you know, insanity is not a good thing, but I don't know. That's how that goes. And I don't know. So most of us just try to push through it as best we can instead of figuring out how to work a solution from this and where it's coming from and how do we stop it. But yeah, it's hard. And I try to convince myself, yeah, people care. And I am very happy for the things I am able to do. But like my art, if I'm getting back to that, working on my YouTube channel, my God, I still cannot believe it. Um, I'm almost at 300 subscribers. Where did that come from? I think I have like 281 now. What is going on? um, so that feels like a little more pressure, sort of. I'm trying to get these vids out, but I feel like, oh, it's too freaking annoying that it's always what it's seeming like Dead by Daylight, and like a long time ago it was like Phasmo, but it's like, well, the only thing I'm doing like right now is Dead by Daylight, and Life is Strange, and I haven't gotten back to the next episode of Life is Strange. I only have certain nights that I can record those games, so I mean, that's why I do a whole bunch of it in one session, or try to, as well as I'm still working, even though not as much because kind of took an hour cut involuntarily. The whole fun of working for a corporation. But just things in my life right now are just not feeling great and going well, and it's affecting me. It really is. It's taking its toll on me, and today I called into work. One, had a migraine, spent the whole night before um, crying and all kinds of stuff. And come waking up, had a migraine, I knew it was going to be a hellified day considering it's a Monday and we're usually busy on Mondays, and deciding whether or not do I call in or not because there's actually penalties for calling in, but not going to talk about that. Um, just things like that. And I just was not in the motivation to want to go to work. And like on top of that, I mean, like I said, I had a migraine, and when I did end up calling into work and then going back to sleep eventually, still woke up with a migraine, uh, ended up feeling very sick or sick feeling, ended up shaking and uh, feeling like I was about to throw up when I was taking medication to deal with the migraine and stuff like that. Ended up laying back on the couch after I just woke up from my bed just to hopefully get rid of that migraine. And luckily now, as I'm recording this, it's gone, but I just sort of ate, and it's like after 10 o'clock at night. But I ate at like 9 o'clock. My first full meal, literally, of the day, had like a breakfast bowl, and then when I woke up with the migraine from my nap after 4 hours later, I had a banana with the Advil I took for my migraine. Hopefully helped the queasy feeling, like I said, and didn't much. A few hours later, then I got Subway. But I feel like that whole situation, not only the migraine probably from crying the whole night before, or feeling sick, I think there's literal physical changes that depression does to you. And I feel like that probably came from that. And then, being asked if I need to go to the ER or whatever, and it's like, no, I don't feel like going to the doctor. And stuff like that. So, uh, ultimately, of this video, I guess I was trying to explain what's happening with me right now. So, hopefully, there's an understanding of maybe what I'm going through right now. So, if I happen to fail to upload for days on end and it doesn't feel like there's an explanation, even though I try to keep in touch with my community, I've been trying to like leave like statuses and stuff and get you involved and what I want to do next on recording and ask what you guys want to see and stuff like that. Well, sometimes you don't want to really take that time to even type it all out, which I'm very much would take that option over saying it, but I think the whole thing of it now is like trying to say it seems more personal, and even if I'm struggling on how to say it now, uh, it's something, and I don't know, maybe it's better to hear it rather than sit there and read a whole essay page, which Shad is better at writing out and would rather have people read than, like I said, hear me talking about it now. Because that's just kind of how I was or am. It's like I'd rather not do it face to face. And technically, this still isn't face to face, but if you remember originally, my plan was not to do commentary videos, but yet here I am. And yeah, and I feel like, well, if all of you guys, if I'm reaching near 300 subscribers, whatever the reason you're here, it may hopefully, well, maybe it is all for the gameplay videos. That's fine. But I would hope somewhere, maybe as a person, you might care and want to hear about me. That's basically what this is. And I'm just letting you guys know what's going on. And I'm trying to fight through it. I really am trying to fight through it. It's hard. And I don't know. I'm just talking now. And I'm sorry if you've been trying to wait for more Shad's voice. I've explained before, trying to come up with a topic before was getting harder and harder because even the topic generators were giving me the same thing, or I didn't feel like they were interesting enough to talk about, and all kinds of stuff. Um, but yeah, this is more, I guess, of a life update. If I talked about depression before on a Shad's voice, I have some kind of memory of doing something like this. I don't know. Maybe I'll look back on it later. But as of right now, well, I hope you are understanding what's happening. And um, I wouldn't wish this on anybody. But like I said, I know this happens in the world to a lot of people, and a lot of us feel like crap a lot. And it doesn't matter. It does matter, but in our brain, it just kind of keeps telling us that it's all light. That even if you say you're supporting somebody and you're trying to encourage them to do better and feel better, your brain just tells you you're not going to be better. It's very difficult, and it's a very difficult feeling. And it just does not happen overnight. There's multiple things over probably days, months, years that trigger this to happen to the good people, should I say. But yeah, I think I'm done talking right now. Like I said, it was kind of an update. I'm hoping everybody else is doing well, keeping up, doing what you want to do, and happy doing it. Like I said, I'm trying. Um, in the meantime, I'll be here. I'm not going anywhere. I think it's just some days I just keep going, and some days I feel like I just want to be in a hole. Um, maybe I'll be back with something else to talk about eventually. I'm unsure. But yeah, so thank you for listening if you did. Um, I guess I'll see you in the next one, whenever that is. Bye.